I'm going to give some feedback on the culture war as I see it. This is just two answers to two questions that I got this last week, which I think are really interesting, and I'd like to sort of put them down for the record. So the first question was, what do you mean by, and quoting me, preempting evil intentions signals neurotic hysteria? So my answer is, generally speaking, I am very cautious of people who preempt evil intentions without sufficient evidence. They are usually expecting us to believe their intuition based on faith. I'm sorry, I gave up faith-based thinking when I walked out of the Catholic Church 35 years ago. Highly neurotic people see dangers in every corner and seek to avoid the discomfort of having to deal with someone else's opinion or ideas. Once you have them triggered, they will seek others out to react the same way, and this then becomes a hysteria. Social media obviously amplifies this hysteria as it traps users into ever-escalating hysteria and keeps them engaged. They then sell that engagement to advertisers. We all seem to be aware of the business model, but we somehow think we're all immune to the forces being deployed to keep you hysterical. If we are to avoid postmodernist nihilism, we must all commit to acting on logical, rational evidence and resisting the hysteria which is drummed up by social media algorithms and their neurotic acolytes. We are either trending towards nihilism or contributing to humanist reason and considered opinions based on track records. The second question was, and can you say more about defeating postmodernism psychologically? So it's quite a big answer, but I kept it as short as I could. My answer is, I chose counseling psychology because it is two things at once. It is the solution to our post-religious nihilism, and it is also the cause of our post-religious nihilism. Within psychology is all the postmodernist ideologies that have escaped the deviant, purple-hazed minds of the Frankfurt School and the subsequent socialist philosophers. I'm referring to Marcuse, Paulo Freire, and Foucault here. Therapeutic tools like unconditional positive regard, which helps counselors attend to clients with open minds and compassion, does not belong in public policy. Playing with words and their meaning is a good dialectic technique in counseling, but does not belong in schools. Interrogating power dynamics in our society might be useful for someone stuck in a victimology mindset in counseling, but does not belong in human resources or state policy. Yet, psychology has the empirical evidence that human potential can be accessed and applied by almost anyone in their own lives. The methods can take someone who has lost hope in existence and move them forward to living better lives and maybe even reach transcendence from the crude nihilistic concepts replayed by postmodernists and the political power opportunists who offer nothing but determinism and perpetual revolution at our expense. Ethical counseling and the massive body of research achieved by sincere psychologists provides a bedrock for more human potential and understanding between the tribes. Psychology is the poison and the antidote at the same time. The crucial difference is between in-person private counseling tools and public policy. In public policy, we have to accept laws and systems which allow people to escape their circumstances through merit, and that protect the most vulnerable from the Machiavellian agents in our midst. Until psychologists can unite and popularize these basic concepts, we leave the most vulnerable, the lazy neurotics, and the dark triad narcissists free to manipulate and radicalize our society.